Dear students, today in this section we shall learn about properties of integers, and we shall concentrate upon properties of integers regarding the process of multiplication. If we take commutative property, your closure property, first we shall consider closure property. Now let's take one example, 3 into minus 5. It gives you minus 15. Minus 6 into 7, it gives you minus 42. So minus 10 into minus 1, it gives you 10. 7 into 0, it gives you 0. And minus 7 into 0, it also gives you 0. So if you see all these answers, what are the results? Minus 15, minus 42, 10, 0, 0, all these are integers, right? That means if we multiply any two integer, we get an integer. That is, if I say that if A and B are integers, then A into B is also an integer. So from this, what we conclude? We conclude that integers are closed under multiplication. Okay? So integers are closed under multiplication. Okay? Now let's move forward to the other property. And the second property that we shall consider is your commutative property. Let us take one example, minus 5 into 3. What is minus 5 into 3? It gives you minus 15. What about 3 into minus 5? It gives you again minus 15. Right? That means minus 5 into 3 is equal to 3 into minus 5. So minus 5 into 3 is equal to 3 into minus 5. Now 6 into minus 7. This is equal to minus 42. And minus 7 into 6, it is also minus 42. So what you get? 6 into minus 7, it is equal to minus 7 into 6. That means this is equal to this one. So now you concentrate upon these two. Minus 5 into 3 equal to 3 into minus 5. 6 into minus 7 equal to minus 7 into 6. That means if I interchange the position while multiplying, then it does not affect the result and the product remains the same. That means we can say that if A and B are integers, then A into B is equal to B into A, right? That means we can say that the multiplication process in integers follow commutative property, or we can write integers follow commutativity under multiplication. Okay, so integers follow commutativity under multiplication. Now let us consider the third property, that is associative property of multiplication. Now let's take one example, 3 into minus 5 into minus 4. Now we are given three numbers. Let's try to multiply first two, then we shall multiply the result with the third one. So it will give you 3 into minus 5, that is minus 15 into minus 4, and minus 15 into minus 4 is 60. Now let's try to multiply the same thing in another way. Here we shall multiply the last two numbers first. It will give you 3 into minus 5 into minus 4 is, it is 20. So 3 into 20 is again 60. Now if you look at both the results, what you get? 3 into minus 5 into minus 4. If I multiply these two first, then multiply the third one, it is the same as 3 into minus 5 into minus 4. If I multiply the last two first, and the result is multiplied with the first one. So the result is same in both the cases. That means if I take any three integers, let A, B, C be any three integers, then we have A into B whole into C. This is equal to A into B into C. Okay, and this is what we call associative property. Okay, so this is called associative property of multiplication. Okay, so this is called associative property of multiplication. So whenever you have to multiply any three numbers, you can interchange the position and multiply. The result will not be different. They will be same result. Now let us consider the next property, that is property of distributive property of multiplication. Okay, you have already learned three properties, and here we shall learn the fourth property, that is distributive property of multiplication. Let's take one example, minus 2 whole into 3 plus 5. What is the result? Minus 2 and 3 plus 5 is 8. This will give you minus 2 into 8 is minus 16. Now if I multiply this one, minus 2 into 3, then it gives you minus 6. And if I multiply minus 2 into 5, it gives me minus 10. And minus 6 plus minus 10, that is also minus 16. So 2 or minus 2 whole into 3 plus 5 is equal to minus 2 into 3 plus minus 2 into 5. That means if we can take A, B, C, three integers, let A, B, C be three integers. Then we have A whole into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. This is what we call distributive property. Okay, so this is called distributive property. Okay, so A whole into B plus C gives you A into B plus A into C, right? This is called distributive property. Here we don't have, it is all about multiplication and addition. It is not only of multiplication, it relates to both multiplication and addition. All the three properties that we have learned earlier, they are about multiplication only. Here you see multiplication process, it distributes the addition process. Okay, now let's take another example. Now let us take another example. 2 into minus 5 minus minus 3. Earlier we have taken plus, here we have taken minus. Let us see what happens. So 2 into minus 5 minus minus 3. This gives you minus 5 plus 3. That is equal to 2 into minus 2. And answer is minus 4. Now, if we multiply 2 into minus 5, this is equal to minus 10 minus 2 into minus 3, it gives you minus 6. So, minus 10 and minus minus again plus 6, and this is equal to minus 4. Here you see we got again the same result. So, we can say that 2 into minus 5 minus minus 3 is equal to 2 into minus 5 minus 2 into minus 3. That means if a b, c, we can take 3 integers, then a into b minus c. Okay, this will give you a into b minus a into c. Earlier we have taken here plus and here we have taken minus. In both cases, in maybe subtraction or addition, in both cases it follows distributive property. Okay, so both subtraction and addition, when they are taken along with multiplication, they are following the distributive property. Okay, so meet you again in the next video. I think you have till now understood all the properties of addition and subtraction, multiplication of integers. Okay, thank you.